I couldn't really tell, to be honest. Obviously, I'm 75 yards away. Looked like it. Slight misjudgment from the two centre-backs. The ball bounced between them and was coming over Carlos's head, and he's recovering down. And I think in the running motion, it's hit his hand. But I haven't seen it back. I asked the referee what was just for clarification between obviously that incident and one previous. He didn't feel like they were the same thing, obviously. He said it hit the Marshall player's hand, but it had been glanced off one of the Marshall players' heads prior to that. I think ultimately it's just a really cruel moment in the game. And yeah, we'll have to lick our wounds and bounce back. We still have more football to play this season. That's the good news. But I thought it was a really good game, a fiercely contested game, and a game that the longer it went on, the more dominant I felt like we were. I just asked one of their assistant coaches if they were playing for penalties, and he told me 100%. So the stoppages are slowing the game down. That aspect of how they kind of went through overtime gave me the indication that they were consolidating and probably trying to hold on. So to obviously have a freak moment like that at the end of the game is really, really cruel. But that's football, and I'm sure it's going to continue to teach me more lessons like that as the longer I stay in it.
Did you like how your team fought? I mean, they
Yeah.
scored immediately after you guys
Yeah.
scored.
Yeah. Again, first impression of the nature of how the game played out, I thought it was pretty even first half. I thought we had some good moments and some good longer spells in possession. And then the longer the second half went on, I thought the stronger we looked. And similarly in overtime, obviously the nature when the goals came almost brought the game to life a little bit in the second half there. So no, I just told them I was really, really proud of the effort, really, really proud of the performance, and we learn once again that sometimes you can feel like you're the better team and you can feel like you do a lot of things right and not ultimately come out with the result that you think is a fair reflection. And at the absolute very least, we deserve to go to penalties, and that's not what's happened. So yeah, this will be a tough one to swallow because obviously, we know what the outcome was in the other semi-final, and we would have been getting to play here again, and now Marshall will get to host. So that will make it sting a little bit more. But we've had a fantastic regular season. We've got some good ranked wins among our games, and yeah, we'll see how things shake out, and hopefully the tournament committee look a little bit more favourably on us this year than they did last year, and we can get that top 16 seed and get to watch our opponent get a little bit more time to prepare and be straight into the second round.
James, what about this team indicates that they can bounce back from this?
Because we've had this type of lesson more than once this season already. So, we've had the nature of the Kentucky game where, with respect, a good team, but I felt like we were the stronger team. A completely freak result at Georgia State, no disrespect to them, but there was just no version of that game that had an outcome of us losing that. So we've had these types of lessons along the way. I don't see it as necessarily a reflection of the group or some shortcoming of the group. I just think that's football sometimes. And I'm sure I'm going to get a statistical breakdown that will, I think at least, probably indicate that we were the stronger team. But yeah, here we are as the losing team, and like I said, that's just, I chose this life, so I have to accept it, and as do the players, and we have no choice. We have no choice because the biggest prize is still available to us, and I just told them Vermont did it as an underseeded team last year. We're not trying to win a game in the NCAA tournament. We're trying to win the NCAA tournament. So I still have absolute faith and belief that we're more than capable of that. And yeah, maybe we're kind of storing up all our good luck for that part of the season, and maybe karma will kind of even things out a little bit over the course of what we felt like we've had this season so far.
Is it a little bit different bouncing back from a tournament loss, even though it's not the ultimate tournament, than it is a regular season loss that you just won?
Yeah, I think so, because there's obviously someone's going to get to lift a trophy on Sunday, and sadly that's not going to be us, right? And I think, I think we believed and still believe that we're the best team in the conference based on the quality of work and the body of work we did this year and how we performed against various opponents. Now, again, the results are what they are, so I'm not sitting here sulking about it. The reality is that's not what's been the case. So the conference tournament it was a bit of a shot of redemption to kind of right that wrong and showcase that we felt like we've been the best team in the conference this year. So that part will hurt. They've got 2 days off to lick their wounds and to get over it a little bit, and then we'll get back to work this weekend and start preparing for any outcome going into Monday's selection show. Yeah, felt like it was a quick pull of the trigger, and obviously he hits it well from the edge of the box. But you're right, he probably, with respect, probably missed his worst chance of the year, or his worst miss of the year had come not long before that to obviously make it 1-1. So both the goals were well taken, both strikes from a little bit further out, but it felt like. The nature of where the game was going and the capacity to obviously equalize twice in a row, I think it almost helped gather momentum for us and push them on the back foot a little bit. So, I was proud of how we fought back in those moments. I was proud of the response we showed after going a goal down twice. And we can take some encouragement from those things. But I don't think that's all that prevalent on anyone's mind right now, sadly. Yeah, again, I thought the nature of how the game concluded and then going into overtime, I felt like it was, I would like to think that most people, if they were going to pick a winner at that point and who was going to go on to win the game, I think the majority would have said WVU. So, again, their assistant coaches just reaffirmed to me that they were 100% playing for penalties, and if not for kind of a bit of a freak, cruel moment, that probably would have been what played out with 30 seconds left. So, to be very, very clear, Marshall have been a good team and continue to show that they're a good team. But we are too. And it's not a bad loss when you lose to Marshall because they're a quality side. I think the nature of how it came about is probably what's extra sore.
What can you say about the fan support tonight? Obviously, it might have been the best crowd of the year. They were into it the whole time through extra time. What can you say about this?
Yeah, fantastic, and I'm really, really grateful for that. It was an entertaining game. I'm sure for fans of both sides, it would have felt like an entertaining game, and despite the outcome, hopefully they were excited and energized by what they saw, and they'll want to come out and support us in the tournament. And one thing I will say is we're going to be playing at home again. Obviously, my hope is it's a second round game, not a first round game. I think I'd heard the score at halftime, and then I heard somewhere that it ended that way. I think as we went into overtime, about to start overtime, I'd heard that that was the outcome of the Kentucky UCF game. So, congratulations to UCF. No, didn't really get an opportunity, and just the nature of your time is shortened when it comes to the preparation going into overtime and then halftime as well. There's more important things for them to know that, and that would have moved the needle 0. Quite honestly, we're playing an in-state rival. We're up for it. We have the momentum. That wouldn't have stopped an awkward handball with 30 seconds to go. So that is what it is, and there'll be someone else that's a Sunbelt tournament champion this year. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Coach.